journeys back and forth with the kids. He used to sing songs with them. He was very into song, and he used to sing and chant and with the kids to and back from school, and he loved it, and that's how he earned a living. Now you see something about this. There's something very simplistic. You have someone who's primed today to be a great rabbi. He's not the taxi to and back from school. It doesn't happen like that. He's sitting and studying I don't know what he's doing, but that's what he was doing. He's accompanying the kids to and back from school. So this what he did. He actually did it for a number of years, and he was the kids were very fond of him, and Hasidim say that even on those trips, he did tremendous spiritual accomplishments in the heavens, in the heavenly worlds, while he was traveling and singing with the young students. So the sages say, by the way, that the world stands on Hevel PM Shel Tinoka Shel Beis Rabban, which means the world stands on the breath of the mouth of the young children learning Torah, that there's something beautiful and pure before the young children have been corrupted, and the whole world stands on that. So he found it actually a great privilege to accompany these young boys and girls to and from their location. Now, education and influence. As discussed earlier, he did not receive at all much standardized education. So as I said, he had no normal standard education. Now, I mentioned to you that he was in the field. There's a legend, it's brought down in tradition, it's brought down in many different books, that there was a Rebbe that he had called Adam Baal Shem Tov. Now again, if he was called a Baal Shem Tov, that means he knew there were people that were known to perform miracles and wonders. Now, by the way, this is very interesting because, to my knowledge, this is a feature, and you have to understand this. If you want to understand a feature of the Hasidic movement, by a Litvak, right? You tell a Litvak a good pshat in the Rambam, he's in heaven. Right? He thinks that's a miracle. You tell him a good explanation of what Maimonides said, he's in heaven. A Chassid, right? Also, I'm not saying not, but the Chassidim, they actually did, their masters were known to perform like miracles and wonders. Similar, like people say today about the Lubavitch Rebbe. I know many people that went to the Rebbe and experienced the Lubavitcher Rebbe and experienced kind of many miracles and saviors. And in fact, there's a person I'm acquainted with in Johannesburg that went to the Rebbe. He was going blind as a young boy, and the doctors could do nothing for him. And he went to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe told him, he says, "Don't worry, it's all fine. You'll see Torah for your whole life, and you'll be a rabbi, and that's what you've got to do." And he's a rabbi today in Johannesburg. He's teaching Torah. He's got perfect freedom. There's no problem. He's got children. He's got a family. He's got the whole story. I mean, I know that story personally. Every year on the day that he went to see the Rebbe, he has a meal to commemorate that. So there are. So therefore, it's for a Litvak, right, and a skeptical one like myself, not so easy to get our heads around all this stuff, okay? But for a Chassid, this is entrenched in the thinking, this idea of miracles and wonders. So he was learned by this great Kabbalist. Now, there's a tradition that actually this great Kabbalist, Rabbi Adam Baal Shem Tov, left to his son certain manuscripts, like 4 or 5 manuscripts. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, anyway, so he left these manuscripts. I don't even remember if the Baal Shem Tov himself actually met Adam Baal Shem Tov, if he studied with him. He studied with a whole lot of hidden mystics, but I'm not sure if he studied with him. He may have, I don't know. But he did leave manuscripts, and he told his son, these manuscripts are not for you. You kind of won't understand them, can't handle them. There's a person called Eliezer, called Yisrael ben Eliezer. Go to him, and you need to give these scripts to him. And he would wait till the Baal Shem Tov fell asleep, and then while he was in the middle of learning, and then he would put one manuscript down, and the Baal Shem Tov would wake up and just absorb it. And then that would carry on over and over until the Baal Shem Tov had absorbed all the manuscripts. And then he begged the Baal Shem Tov to teach him the manuscripts. The Baal Shem Tov didn't want to. And legend has it that he taught it to him, And he said, because I've taught you this, now you have to perish, you have to leave the world. And we have to learn Torah, and the whole story, and he had to perish and leave the world. What was that about? I don't know. I'm not a Kabbalist. But I won't reveal any of those secrets to you tonight. Don't worry. Keep it safe. Okay. Because I don't know them. Anyway. So, this is the story of the Baal Shem Tov. He left these specific teachings. Now, what was interesting is that he didn't know who this person was, Yisrael ben Eliezer. Now, this is a very interesting feature which I'm going to explain now. Before we get to this, the Baal Shem Tov, first of all, he lost his first wife. Okay, he lost his first wife, and the Baal Shem Tov, he used to hard. He would never. He wasn't a school teacher. He never even taught Torah in the school. He used to schlep people back and forth. He taught a little bit, he did this a little bit, but he was not known. He hid his greatness completely. He used to dress many times like a simple wood chopper. And this, by the way, is a very interesting kind of feature of many of these Hasidic masters, that for many, many years they remain completely hidden. They won't tell anybody. In fact, I'll tell you, there's a fascinating story which I'm going to tell you right now. What happened was that the Baal Shem Tov went and settled in a place near Brodo, which is also in the Ukraine, and he settled in this place in near Brodo, not in Brodo, but near Brodo. He settled down over there. And what happened was that people who had conflicts, incidentally, he had begun to reveal himself a little bit. People that had conflicts would come to him, and he'd resolve their conflicts. Those two business partners, whatever it was. And when they left, they were happy with his judgment and they loved him. He had that nature. Both of them. Right? That's unique. Anyway, so there was a particular Rabbi Ephraim, who was the father of a great rabbi who was the head Beit Din in that town called Brodo by the name of Rabbi Ephraim. And Rabbi Ephraim had a conflict with someone in the Baal Shem Tov's little town. So he said and he wanted to go to Brodo to get the Beit Din to adjudicate it. So the Baal Shem Tov, the other litigant said, listen, do me a favor, I've heard of this Baal Shem Tov, let's go. If you're unhappy with his judgment, then we'll go to Brodo and we'll sort it out over there. So they go to the Baal Shem Tov, and the Baal Shem Tov sorted out the law, and this Rabbi Ephraim, the Baal Shem Tov revealed a little bit of his greatness, little in Torah, in solving the case to Rabbi Ephraim, and Rabbi Ephraim realized, he saw through him. He saw that even though he was dressed like a simpleton, he was a tremendously, tremendously high, holy individual. He realized that. So what he did was, he said, listen, he says, I see you so holy, I want to give you my daughter's hand in marriage. You're going to marry my daughter. I'd like you to marry my daughter. Let's do the t'naim. You know what the t'naim is? T'naim is they used to write documents that each side will give such and such. Many people still do it today. They make conditions, that the dowry and the this and that. The Baal Shem Tov said on one condition. In the document, first of all, the condition is that you keep absolutely secretive. You have to keep it an absolute secret, who I am, that I have any knowledge in Torah. You're not allowed to call me rabbi. You just have to say in the document, you have to keep it a secret always, and you have to say in the document, Yisrael, the son of Eliezer. That's all you write in the document. Nothing more. And that's it. So he kept it a secret.